Right, so today we're going to do a tutorial, and this tutorial is for beginner CFOP, 2-look OLL, and 2-look PLL. We're not going to do F2L, because that's too long and that's going to be in a separate video. Now all we're going to do is just the algorithms for OLL, which is solving the yellow side after you're done the second layer, which just looks like this. Just made a mistake there, sorry. So you just solve the yellow side, and PLL, I'm just using a different algorithm here. PLL looks like this. So first solving the corners after you're done yellow side, which is just getting them in the right place so they match up, and then solving the edges, which just solves the cube. So let's get into it. Our first case here is the L shape. We're going to ignore these two and everything else. The only thing we're going to look at is these two edges and the center yellow piece. So most people would do a bunch of some long stuff, but I know a faster way and more efficient way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our L in the top right corner, left corner, sorry. And that's going to be there every single time. What we're going to do is we're going to do an F move, and then R, U, R prime, U prime twice. And then we're going to do an F prime. And then that solves the yellow cross. Now, our next case is going to be the horizontal line. So, the horizontal line is never, ever vertical. Okay? It's always horizontal. Some people will call it the eye, actually. But I'm just going to call it the line. So it always has to be horizontal. And then we're basically just going to do the same thing as L, but with one R, U, R prime, U prime. So what we're going to do is we're going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then F prime. And there we go. Cross that. So now let me just get this next case here. There you go. So next case is the dot case. Now, all we're going to be looking at is just the yellow center. So, we're going to ignore everything. If it's not any of the other cases, then we're just going to look at this yellow center. That's it. So, to solve the yellow cross from here, basically by flipping over all of these edges, is just by doing this. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, twice. And then F prime, and then U, and then F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then F prime. And there we go. So our next case is the anti-Sune. It's called Sune, by the way, not Soon. That's a common misconception. So the anti-Sune is just a normal fishy that you get in the beginner's method, but you know when you have to do the fishy twice? Yeah, that's when you have an anti-Sune. So an anti-Sune is with the fish facing to the top right, and then a white corner, and then a yellow corner over here, right there. So that's an anti-Sune, and then this is the algorithm. And there you go, the yellow side is solved. So the next case is the Sune, just normal Sune when you have to do the fishy ones, and it's just the exact same thing as the beginner's method, this algorithm. There you go. And then the yellow face is solved. So our next algorithm is this. The H. I don't know why this is called the H, but I think it has something to do with the two yellow corners on each side, just like this. So 2 yellows and 2 yellows. So I also have made a faster algorithm for this, in my opinion. So you're going to hold the cube so that 2 yellow stickers are facing you. Then you're just going to do F, and then R, U, R prime, U prime 3 times. And there you go. It's just solved. And it works every single time. Our next case here is the L. It's called the L. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. So to identify this, you have the yellow cross, and then this shape, just this shape, with the 2 yellow corners solved. And what you're gonna see, you're gonna have 2 of these corners, and basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip them over to solve the yellow side. And you're gonna hold the cube so that one of the yellow corners is on the left side and is facing you. So this is the algorithm: F R prime F prime, R double layer U, R U prime, and then R double layer, and then it solves. So our next case is this. Just let me get it here, and there we go. So it's gonna look like this, and you hold it with the yellow sticker on the left side facing you, and you're gonna see the cross and then the 2 yellow corners solved on the right side, and you're gonna have the yellow sticker face you, and you're gonna do this algorithm. And there you go, it's solved. Right, so our next case is called the pie. I don't know why it's called the pie, but it looks like this. So you're gonna have the same thing as the H case that I just told you, with the 3 R prime U primes, but this is different. Instead of having the 2 stickers both facing opposite sides, we have these 2 stickers facing the left, the yellow cross, and then this sticker facing us on the right side, and then on the back, we're gonna have, on the right side, the yellow sticker facing that way. And we're gonna hold it with the 2 yellow stickers that are on the same side facing the left, and 1 yellow sticker facing us on the right side. So this is the algorithm. So our next case is basically the same thing as just a few cases ago, but the only difference is that the yellow stickers are on the same side and they're not facing the opposite way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the yellow stickers face us, and we're just gonna do this algorithm. And there you go, yellow solved. So that was all of 2-look OLL. So now we're going to move on to 2-look PLL. So there are 2 stages, which is solving the corners and then solving the edges, and that solves the cube. So there are 2 algorithms for the corners, and they're both super long. So follow along with me here really well. So this is a long algorithm, and it's a diagonal swap. So what that means is just swapping these 2 edges diagonally. So this one goes here to solve that, and then this one goes here to solve that. So what the algorithm is this. And there you go. So we swapped them, and we also solved the cube. That's what's called a Y-perm, an advanced PLL, and it solves that case where we have a diagonal swap and these 2 that also need to swap. But that's an advanced PLL. The next algorithm is a horizontal swap, and what it is just swapping these 2. So what you want is you want to have this headlights. So you want to have the headlights on the left, which is kind of like a car, and the headlights are just like these 2 corners that are solved, and then 1 out of place edge. That's gonna get that might get fixed in this one, and that's gonna get fixed in the second step, which is edges. So right now this is a horizontal swap, so we're just gonna move this piece here and this piece here. So this is the algorithm. And there you go. The horizontals are swapped, and looks like it just solved the cube. That's called a T-perm in advanced PLL, but that's for learning in advanced PLL. So that's the corners done. Now we're going to move on to the edges. The first case is called an H-perm. Doesn't matter how you hold the cube. You just have to hold the yellow on top, obviously. And what this is just swapping this edge here and this edge here. And we're going to swap this edge here and this edge here. And it solves the cube. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this. And there we go, your cube is solved. So our next case is called the UA perm. And there are two U perms. So there's the UA perm and the UB perm. This is the UA perm. So you hold it with the solved side on the back. If there is one, which is called a U perm, with one solved side and then switching all of these three edges around. So to identify a UA perm, you're going to find the edge that matches the color that you're holding on front. If it is on the left, then you have a UA perm. If it is on the right, then you have a UB perm. So this is pretty easy to memorize. It's not too long, and it only consists of R and U moves. So you should be fine. So this is the algorithm. And there you go, your cube is solved. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the UB perm. Now, the UB perm has, obviously, your solved side on the back. And then you're going to have, wait, that's the wrong term. Should be like this. There you go. And then it's going to have your solved side on the back. And then the color that matches your front side is going to be on the right. So this is the algorithm. It's just the UA perm, but left hand. So here it is. And there you go. The cube is solved. Now here's the last PLL algorithm, which is the Z perm. So what we're going to do is this is the setup. And this is what and this is what it looks like. So you have these two edges swapping, and you have these two edges swapping. So what it has, it kind of looks like a Z, doesn't really look like a Z. You kind of get the point. So the algorithm is this. And there you go, the cube is solved. And that was the last PLL tulip PLL algorithm. So there you go, we're done. So this is what a solve would look like using beginner CFOP. So obviously, first thing we would do is we would do the cross like that. Then we would do F2L, which is just inserting these little pieces in here. This is just intuitive F2L. Oops, made a mistake there. What happened? What am I doing? Anyway. There. That is F2L. So you just insert the white corners and the edges at the same time. So now we're going to do OLL. We're going to do the L, because that's what came up. Then we're going to do the other L, which is with the cross. There you go. You have it. And then we're going to do our diagonal swap. This also happens to be a Y perm, so it's just going to solve without doing the edges. So there you go. That's how it should look like. And in a couple months, you might be going under 30 seconds or maybe even under 20 seconds.